Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to TeamODZ Live on the Rick, Gerrie, and Andy show. It's Friday. Oh, morning. Oh, I don't know. Thought I'd left my the towel that I use for snot over near the sink. I thought,
Uh-oh. Well, what are you going to do with all your snot?
well, I looked down by my side and realised that I've got another one here, so I'm good.
Okay. Whew. I have to get into this one.
You did really well yesterday.
Yeah.
To get auto-modded twice.
3 times.
3 times? Why did I miss the third one?
Well, the third one was during the TTT.
Oh, how did you see that?
I'm trying to think of what that one was. Yeah, I can't remember what that one was for. That one was a surprising one. It's one of those things where after the auto mod happens, I'm like, well, I guess that makes sense. But in no way did I feel like it was going to be auto modded at the time of typing.
You were channeling your inner Owen.
Oh, it had something to do with, it was my, about Chuck Norris doesn't ride bikes. Bikes ride him or something. And then the mod came on and decided to check that one out.
Well, I guess we got the answer as to whether Chuck Norris can be auto-modded.
I think anytime you mention Chuck Norris, it gets auto-modded. This is going to be a hefty little workout. There's going to be a lot in me not wanting to finish this one after the rides I did yesterday.
Stop isn't available for another 18 minutes. Need my coffee stop to get my cough drops. Hey, good morning, Ben.
Morning, Ben.
Yesterday is my last chance to get any distance into the bike challenge.
Ooh, speaking of which, today
I will not
have to.
Top 10, that's for sure.
It's the end of the third quarter today. I need to remember that.
Uh-oh, I'm riding Rick's Fire.
Yeah, zippy one. this FTP builder plan definitely is not scared of getting into the high 400s and 500s. But then when you only have to do 300 for like a VO2 section, it doesn't feel as bad.
Careful eyes from shifting eyes, too quick to overanalyze. I bet it comes as no surprise. Clever lines dressed in disguise, leaving without saying goodbye. I hope you cut me down to size. I wanna be everything you want and so much more.
Oh, never mind. I was spinning up for another one of those short sprints, and then it went right to 140. It's hard to slow down once you crank it up, like it's about 485. That's the equivalent of preparing yourself to pick up a heavy box and then just throwing it right up into the ceiling. Because
Picking up a heavy box and then finding that it's just got polystyrene packing chips in it.
Yeah. It's a good way to take an eye out.
So Hope has a car now.
Nice. What'd you end up getting?
2014 Ford Focus.
Ah, nice. Ford Focuses seem to last for a very long time. They seem to be pretty reliable.
At one point we went to have a look at a private sale Dodge Dart. And we pull up on the driveway behind it and I'm thinking, alright, already not looking good.
Yeah.
The 4 parking sensors, one was missing.
Yeah.
So the little cover over the point where you screw the towing hitch in it was missing. So I'm thinking, right, okay, well, she's obviously been hit on the rear end. So anyway, I get out, take a quick walk around it, then look under the rear end, and there's evidence there that thoughts about it having been hit at the rear end are confirmed. And then I go and take a look at the front end, stick my head underneath, and oh my word. Okay, we're definitely not having this car. Because I found that the sump guard was tied on with a racket strap on the driver's side. Just wrapped round and round the frame. I thought, right, okay, well, I'll carry on having a look and see what else I can find on this. So then I walk up the passenger side and down the driver's side, and of the 5 lug nuts that were supposed to be in the wheels, both on the driver's side only had 4. I'm thinking, right, okay, Yeah. This vehicle not only has been looked at after it's had impact damage that has not been professionally repaired.
One thing, if you're looking to drive the price down and you have the ability to notice when there's an issue and you're willing to make repairs, but when you're putting someone in the vehicle, like there's a reason why Heidi drives the newer, more reliable vehicle, and I drive the one that I got for free.
Yeah.
Which actually the brake lines just busted in it the other day. I still have to get it to the shop today.
So,
but
yeah, I have roadside assistance on my insurance policy, just for your ladder and just for Vic. I do not have it for myself.
Yeah. Makes sense. It is nice when you get that call to be like, okay, here, we'll get roadside assistance on the way, instead of you having to be roadside assistance.
I've only ever had it on one insurance policy, and I've only ever used it once. It's just left work in the UK and came across some traffic lights and it just died. And that's odd. Anyway, while I was waiting for the roadside assistance guy, I found out what the problem was. My fuel line had cracked. So it was stuck in airing. Yeah. Air in your diesel line doesn't do much good.
Good morning, Owen.
There's Owen. Happy Friday, Owen.
Oh, this hurts today.
Yeah. I'm just having an easy ride on. Letting Rick get me some distance for my monthly challenge. Even this is a challenge right now, Owen, so I don't know when I'm going to be back with the TTT. And in all reality, I probably have had COVID. Yeah. I will do what I can when I can. Team will be happy with that, Owen. Yeah.
Ooh. Feeling the legs today, they're heavy.
Well, how you say that, but let's think about it. I mean, they're the largest appendages on your body. They're the biggest
Yeah.
muscles, largest diameter bones. So yeah, they're going to be the heaviest bit of your body, really. You could chop a part off and weigh it.
Yeah.
So,
That's
so
what
when
I'm
you
saying.
say, so when you say your legs are heavy, I mean it's a fault. It's you're stating the obvious.
Well, yeah. But I mean, it's like saying the sky is blue. Or is it blue? Although, given
Technically,
this
it isn't.
camera position, if you look at my screen though, because of this camera position, do my legs not look like one of the smallest parts on my body?
Well, I've got to say, I've seen more fat on the chicken.
That may be true.
And so it's payday today, but the guy takes his time to put the money into his bank.
He's probably triple checking, making sure he's counting it and recounting it. Making sure all of the bills are facing the same way before he puts it into the account.
Call him up, Ben. Push the button.
This isn't an auto thing. Pretty sure my work. It just automatically goes in at some time in the morning.
That's for this payday for me as well. That's a good thing, because I don't know if the check's been cashed for Paul's car yet.
Oh, here we go. 12 minutes at 250. 2 times.
Second stuff available in
whole
4
lot of-
minutes and 50 seconds.
It's a whole lot of just dealing with where I'm at. This is just what life is now. I really don't like long blocks of anything.
I'd like a long block of chocolate.
Well, yeah, that'd work.
I made some oatmeal
The other
yesterday
day.
and I threw 25 of the Halloween mini eggs in it. I had one with every mouthful of
Nice.
oatmeal.
I went to the store that's a couple blocks away from where I work, and they have all like the Milka bars and stuff in there. I got a caramel Milka bar. So good. I don't even know if it's a bar. Like, I see it's a bar, but when you break off one of those scrumptious little chunks and you put it in your mouth, it just becomes nothing. Just flavor and creaminess. So good.
There we go.
And they have gingerbread cookies that are the size of my face.
Surprised I've managed so long without a cough drop.
Ooh, I'm in no mood to do this today. Oh.
What's your favourite ebb route today?
Yeah? Oh yeah, it's the end of the month. I don't think I'm going to be able to do the ebb. I don't know. We'll see. Heidi still can't technically drive.
Hey Chris, here's the keys. Take us off the school. If the cops stop you, tell them I just had to ride the ebb.
Not to mention, yesterday I think I used up my sprint on that Strava segment that I didn't even beat. Wow, for a moment I was thinking, well, it's 6 in the morning, so I mean, I guess that's not outrageous for not having your money transferred into your account. But then I thought, wait, we're talking 5 hours ahead here. That's outrageous. No person should have to wait until noontime to get their money.
15 seconds. Coffee stop, yay! Right, I can get my cough drops now.
Is the UK all one time zone?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Wow, that makes that island look smaller now. Is the UK like the size of New England? Guess I've never done a full comparison.
Oh, come on, where are you?
That's true. Sounds more like a coughing stop than a coffee stop.
Yeah. That's why I have these. Only they were over there before, and that's why I'm on the coffee stop. Why have I stopped? What did you do to me?
You went too fast. Uh-oh.
There you go.
Did you grab?
Nope.
Yeah, that's weird. I wonder what made you take off like that.
I can see what happened.
Whew. So I saw something the other day where apparently a group had an event where everybody put on their coffee stops at the same time.
Yes, I've seen that before.
So a little bigger than New England.
Oh, come on, rubber
That's
band.
pretty handy though, to know that. at any time from wherever you are. You could drive no more than 8 hours to get to the other side. Depending on traffic.
Ouch. You know, I'm out of breath.
That's good for you. Now you're showing this cold who's boss.
Right. But I can't replace. I just can't get the oxygen in my body. Things don't work properly.
You don't need oxygen.
I don't need
myth.
I don't need no stinking oxygen.
So, the wives' tale. That's lumped in with. Don't make that face, it'll stay that way. Wow, I am pooped. I really rode harder than I should have yesterday. I took a longer route to work. So I think it was like 24 miles or something. And according to my workload, my 9-mile ride home was almost as much work, was almost as much load as that ride to work. Yeah. Oh, and that would explain why New England has tons of area where you can be in the middle of nowhere. I don't know about the UK, but it seems pretty populated.
Oh, it has its places where you can be in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. But is it one of those you're in the middle of nowhere, but you can still hear the interstate?
No. Lake District. No,
Oh,
the
yeah,
moors.
that's true. That looks like pretty barren land. Or not barren, but pretty, yeah, remote land. Yeah, and there's lots of places in Scotland too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I watched Braveheart, I know. Especially in the 1400s. Or whenever it was. Or 1100s. Ooh, almost done with this. And I get 3-minute strips. Contemplate how much I don't want to do the next block.
I want to do the Fred, Owen.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw that Land's End to John O'Groats challenge on the DCN one, where it was Mark Beaumont, and can't remember who was with him. I think that was the first time I saw any of those guys eat McDonald's during one of their challenges. The only thing I would imagine that would be pretty tough with that is the weather. The weather appeared to be absolutely horrible. Just raining most of the time. Oh, what? This is 170 in between? They don't even let me have 140?
I'll do 140 for you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. I'll do it so you don't have
I did quite a mileage. So that means from the bottom of the UK to the top, it is about half of the distance of the US if you went east to west. Or actually, no, I guess it'd be less. Never mind. It would be, actually, I think that's about from Bangor to Jefferson, Wisconsin. If you take the roads, not straight line. Ooh, actually, if I were to drive from my house right now to your house, Andy, that would be 4 miles shy of 1,400 miles. And it would be about 20 hours of straight driving.
So if you went to my office, then it would be 1,400 miles.
Yes. So there we have it. That's what I'm gonna have to do.
Yep.
When I finally make it, when I finally get a chance to drive to your house, I will drive to your office instead.
There you go. Uh-oh.
All right, here we go. I found it. So if I drive from my house to Chicago, it's 1,200 miles. So, yeah. So there we have it. Which I always think of Chicago as like halfway through the country. That's not even close. That's like a third through the country.
The Lake Forest Oasis. That's a rest stop that we always stop at north of Chicago. Because it's exactly halfway between the university that Faith's studying at and our house.
Oh, really?
Yep. About 150 miles from our house.
So what is it, like 4-hour drive to get there?
No, to get there, I mean, it's about 3 hours to Chicago. And
really?
Lake Forest is about 30 miles north of Chicago.
I was thinking it was like 2 hours for some reason.
So,
But then again, it's also like an hour from Chicago to Wisconsin, pretty much.
What? It's 3 hours.
It's like
You
an
just
hour
said
from
that.
Chicago. Well, no, to the border of Wisconsin.
Oh, it's an okay.
I always think that I'm almost there when I hit Chicago, and then I always forget about that last really straight stretch that seems to take forever. Usually by that point, I'm like sitting up and leaning against the steering wheel, trying to stretch my back out.
Banging your head against it.
Yeah. Yeah, because usually whenever we do that, or not usually, every time that we've driven out there, it's always stop somewhere in New York and then drive through. So we do it in 2 days. Usually it's about 12 to 13 hours of driving a day.
Yeah, when I took the
Depending
camper
on traffic, I
to
guess.
Andrews University, we stopped at Lake Forest, and I had about 8 gallons of fuel in a couple of jerry cans, hoping that would be enough to get me all the way, and it was. I had like a quarter of a tank left when we got there.
Why would you buy your fuel in Chicago? Or did you get it in Wisconsin?
No, I bought it in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, why would you fill jerry cans in Chicago? What's the worst place?
No, so I fill the tank
It's
on my
amazing
truck
that-
before we set off, and then I also fill the jerry cans
Okay.
so that I could fill all those into
That's
the
a good
tank
idea.
when we were halfway.
Actually, I think Wisconsin's like some of the cheapest gas in the nation. Typically, it used to be pretty much the same as Maine, but now Maine is a lot more expensive. I think they've added a few extra taxes.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason that I took the jerry cans was because when you've got a 26-foot camper on the back of your truck, it's kind of difficult getting in and out of some gas stations.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a fan of the idea just for the fact of that I always end up waiting to see if the next state might be a little cheaper instead of researching, and then find out that that's not the case. So then I stop and fill, and then usually it's the next state that ends up being the cheapest. Like Connecticut, surprisingly cheap gasoline. Didn't think that. So I stopped in Massachusetts, where it was super expensive. Whew. New York's one of those places you don't want to get gas either, or snacks. They have an outrageous snack tax. But unfortunately, they made it so long that you have to stop and get gas typically. Unless if you bring a jerry can. Ah, what? This goes straight from this to the VO2. This isn't cool. So far, I have one base effort this week, and the rest are all tempo. And I have one anaerobic. Which was actually the easiest one of them, felt like. Yeah, I would love to do that challenge from Land's End but not as a competition. Just as a ride for fun.
Which bit of riding there, almost 1,200 miles, would you class as fun?
Well, yeah, it would lose its fun, but but at least if you're not like trying to ride into the night, pushing yourself way past your limits, makes it a little better. Maybe like plan out stop areas on the way. I mean, that could be easily a week-long trip, and you'd still be like, wow, that was hard work. I feel like when Mark Beaumont did it, it was almost all in one go. Like he was just kind of like rarely stopping and riding into the night, doing Mark Beaumont stuff.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure he wouldn't take that on? Is it just because it's not on gravel he wouldn't take it on?
So I mean, well, let's think about this. You know, if you take it easy, 100 miles, 6 hours.
Yeah.
1,100 miles, 60 hours.
Oh yeah, you're doing that and that's 100 miles a day for even taking it easy for 11 days in a row. That's rough. There's a lot of days you start out, I'm sure, not feeling really up to it. And then there's hills. One thing that's cool though about it is, if I remember
Saying about hills.
If I remember correctly, it goes straight through Bangor.
Wait a minute.
And
How
across.
can Land's End to John O'Groats go through Bangor?
I don't know. It did though. At least on that documentary I watched. It went, I was like, oh, there it is. And then it goes across the big bridge that's there. I don't know. Unless if that was a different one.
Many Straits.
Maybe that's what it is.
But again, there's absolutely no reason to do that.
Looks, I think,
Because
if
you'd have
it's
to go
that
back
one, then
across it.
it follows the coast. Well, yeah, because that goes out to an island, right?
Yep. Anglesey.
Or maybe they just took a.
Where
maybe they
I'm
just-
fire for Gringo because he gets to drop the fantasy and they'll go, please.
Yeah. Maybe they just took some footage of it because they did like either like a drone or helicopter view, and it looked like they were going to take that bridge, but maybe they just crossed through, and then they took a video of it because it looks nice.
Yeah, Barrow's just up the coast from it.
But yeah, that's the thing that makes it so long, right? Is the fact that it really hugs the coast. Kind of like when I was mapping out the Greenway Trail for Maine. Well, it goes all the way from the top of Maine to the bottom of Florida. But through Maine, there's two different routes. You can either do the inland route, which is more straight, but you have to ride on a lot of very busy roads, or you take the coastal route, which really hugs the coastline and hits like every town on the coast. And just mapping it from Bangor to Portland, it was like a little over 200 miles. But if you, actually it's more than that, I think it was like closer to 300, because I was talking about having to do over 100 miles both days. But If you drive straight to Portland, just a quick 2-hour drive from Bangor. I get something like 77 miles or something. But that coastline is huge. Very rocky and lots of little inlets and all that stuff.
Don't push me. Rocky.
Actually, there's something about like Maine has more coastline than California if you stretch it all out. It's just that some of that coastline you might be able to, you know, see a huge chunk of it just with your own eyes. Just because it's so rocky and juts out so much.
This is why I like having Rick on the stream. It means I don't have to talk very much.
Yeah, just get my heart rate up and I'll just keep talking. I'll either say absolutely nothing or way too many things. No in between.
It's like having a drunk person on the stream. That isn't drunk.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I'm actually quite far from it now. I haven't been drinking. I decided to cut out my daily beers. And it's been working well.
Give us this day our daily beer. Is that Rick's prayer?
It's tough though. It's like at work, that's kind of just a part of the day. It's like, oh, well, there we go. We're done. Let's go have some beers. And now I have to be like, I'm not having beer. I'm having water. Took a couple days to not be in a bad mood about it, but now it's been going well.
So this Facebook group, the funny side to bike mechanics, one guy posted a screenshot of a load of Shimano parts and said, caption this. In big capital letters I said, recall.
Oh, here we go. 4 big efforts.
Bus drivers, Lord's Prayer. Our Farnham, who art in Hendon, Harrow be thy name. I Kingston come. I Wimbledon. Come on, Owen, keep up. In Erith, as it is in Hendon. Got a friend from Erith. In Barrow now, but in fact, I used to use a company in Erith a lot for radio parts. Quartz Lab. So funny. Give it a stay or Leatherhead. Yep. Down near Reigate there.
Well, this wasn't so bad. As long as I can rest in this next 2 minutes.
And forgive us our bus passes. As we forgive those who bus pass against us. And lead us not into Thames Ditton. But deliver us from Ewell. For thine is the Kingston. There, I've used Kingston twice. The Pearly and the Crawley. For Esher and Esher. Crouchen. So, when I was a kid, I remember my parents getting me the Puffin joke book. And that had a couple of rhymes in it. One was, one dark day in the middle of the night, two dead men got up to fight. Back to back they faced each other, drew their swords and shot each other. And the other was long-legged Italy, hit poor Sicily, right in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. Austria was hungry, took a bit of Turkey, dipped it in Greece, fried it in Japan, and ate it off China. Old Testament according to Spike Milligan, so I've actually got the Bible in Cockney. I've got a book that's Bible stories in Cockney as well, and so the Bible in Cockney started off as a project for a London religious education teacher who was trying to find ways to keep his students engaged in class. And so he translated a lot of the Bible into Cockney, and it worked. The story of Adam and Eve in Cockney. And God said, "Oi, apple, leave it." I read that to the kids when they were young, and they were walking around the house for days, saying to each other, "Oi, apple, leave it," trying to impersonate me.
See, now I'm gonna have to remember and use that at work. For anything, really.
Well, you should learn some Cockney rhyming slang. Hey Clay, don't do that, you'll be brown bread.
Brown bread.
Yep. Brown bread, dead.
Brown bread, dead.
Yes.
Two more.
You are laggy. So, yep, your dog's ringing. Says Owen. There's a clue there. What's a dog?
The dog is the phone.
Yep, the dog and bone. And each night you go up the apples and pears.
Oh, here we go. Another effort.
Rick's not having a guess at apples and pears.
What was that?
Apples and pears.
Alright. I don't know.
Stairs.
I would.
You go upstairs.
Oh, okay.
And right now you're applying alternating pressure to your plates of meat.
Plates and meat?
Plates of meat.
Oh, plates of meat.
Yep. Please tell me you got that one.
Oh, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, that'd be my feet and pedals.
That would be your feet,
Right
yeah. Have a butcher at this, yeah. No, I bet you can't link that one. Have a butcher's.
I don't know. I would imagine it's something like go, but
No, having a butcher's means have a look at something.
oh look, what?
Yes,
Yeah, I was
butcher's.
gonna think it's off or
Butcher-
something like that.
Butcher's hook.
Ah, well,
Oh, isn't it obvious? Butcher's hook. Look.
okay. Makes sense.
I'll be teaching you Indonesian next.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, use your loaf. I can't remember how that one links on. I know what it means, but loaf of bread head. Yeah, got it. It's just coming up on 6 a.m. So that's my excuse.
That'd be your lettuce patch. All right. Although your lettuce patch has been freshly harvested.
Yeah, come on, we've got to keep this conversation clean, Rick. We're streaming here.
Oh yes. Oh, I know all about that. I listen to 90s hip hop. I know the American version. Ooh, here we go. Last one. Feels good. It's an amazing day when a minute at 295 over and over again really doesn't feel too bad. 2 minutes is a different story, though. I think that's still tough.
If I tried anything more than what I did to catch you up earlier, I'd be brown bread.
Might fall down and land on your lettuce patch.
Yeah, use your mince pies. Go on, what are your mince pies?
Huh? My mince pies?
Yep.
Would that be? Would it be knees?
No, it's further up than that.
Hands.
No, further up than that.
Oh wow.
And
Chin.
it rhymes with mince pies.
Hips and thighs.
Yup. Going up.
On your eyes.
There you go.
Hey. Whew. Wow. There. All done. Now I can try.
And we've got 5:56. 19 minutes to the ebb.
Yeah, it looks like next week we're all in store for some really nice weather. Looks like it's actually going to be hot in your area, huh?
This is all the trees are starting to lose the leaves.
Yeah. Yesterday I started out my ride and it was 42 degrees when I first started out, and it was very foggy. I was actually getting wet riding to work. And
Couple
then
of weeks.
towards the
Couple
end
of weeks,
of
we're
it,
gonna go to Mackinac.
yeah, it's gonna be cold. You're going in the camper, right? Said.
No.
But yeah, it's supposed to be. Well, it's been in the 70s here during the day. Well, it's going to be cold to start today, and then it's going to be in the 70s today. So, sweatshirt and then whatever. But yeah, next week 80s for a little bit, and then we should properly descend right into actual fall weather. So I think that's how it usually goes here anyway. I always feel like the 1st of October is always time where we talk about, oh, look at that, something's wrong, it's warm, and the leaves are changing, and then after that, then things really get wrong, and it becomes seasonable.
I'm gonna do another kilometre here, I think.
Yeah, yesterday actually felt like a pretty warm 40 degrees to ride in. Like my face got a little cold, but I had some colder weather gloves on, had my arm warmers and toe covers, and that was it. And it felt wonderful. I remember last year feeling cold whenever it would be that cold, but that was not the case yesterday.
I remember my water bottle turning to slush one day.
Yeah, that's too cold. That's when you know you shouldn't be biking anymore. Or good on you for biking at that point, I guess, really. Yeah, I have well, he's been a good friend. Now I guess he's kind of a family member by law, but he used to commute to work, which was a good 20 miles either way. And there was several times he'd stop in to get a beer on his way home, and he would have just ice and slush hanging off of his beard. He had a big beard going on, and yeah, he'd just be out there with the studded snow tires on his bike, just riding through weather. I don't have to pedal that hard. Whew. You have a coffee break?
I probably do, actually. Yes, I do. Are we doing zoomies?
Sure.
Alright, putting the meat up. Meat up quick. Coffee stop started. Oh, and quit. Rats. I stopped pedaling and then started again.
Oh, well, that means it'll actually record the. Oh, man.
Andy failed.
I will have definitely got my effort in this week once I ride on Sunday.
Yeah, I guess it's only fair that I pull you around for a little bit because you pulled me around for 30 kilometres. Except for the little bit where I stopped.
Yeah.
And then had to catch up.
I'm way behind on liquids.
I'm going to go to 35, I guess. Right on, Grace. You got it. Rick gets a jersey and then has it stolen. Did you see that?
Yeah, I missed it.
He had a jersey for about 2 seconds.
Jersey for what?
It's
I guess I
KOM
was
jersey.
cuddling pretty right.
How much coffee break you got left?
8 seconds.
Okay. Alright, I'm going to go to 34 then. There we go.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I don't need to go any further. I've gotten in some extra riding this week, that's for sure.
Rick's like, I don't need no stinking kilometers. Alright, I'm going to be back in a few minutes' time with the Friday Ebb. So, you've got the time, come back and join us. No, have a good weekend. Rick and I will be back on Monday. Where's my mask going to go? There it is. Rick and I will be back on Monday morning, otherwise, with much of the same, and then much of the same on Tuesday. Until then, take care, have a good weekend, everybody. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.